So for today's video, I'm going to share you some information about transgender people on how to be themselves. And it's like also I want to give some advice to those people who find it hard to accept trans people.
1, 2, 3, come on!
This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Hello everyone, my name is Trisha and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to share you some information about transgender people on how to be themselves. And it's like also I want to give some advice to those people who find it. So there are so many transgenders struggling a lot in their life that seek for acceptance, seeking for love, seeking for attention, not just to other people but especially within the family members. There are so many transgender people in the world that is looking for love, not like love of partner but love between the family, because there are so many people or transgender people who are disowned by their loved ones, like by their family, their parents, their brothers and sisters, their friends, relatives, and many more. So it's like I really don't understand why the other people, they keep on judging trans people and find it so hard for them to accept trans people. It's like, yeah, trans people are also human. We are just like you guys. We have feelings, we eat, we cry, we laugh every day. What the normal people, let's say normal people, or the biological male and female doing every day is just the same with the trans people. So we have also feelings, guys. We feel hurt, we feel pain, we feel insulted and everything. So the reason that I'm seeing why there's so many people find it so hard to accept trans people is that the thing that what's inside in their mind, it's like, oh, they are still a man, still a woman, something like that. So why they need to transform themselves into a man or into a woman? They are male, they are female, something like that. But you never ever understand because you don't know how it feels and how we feel. You really don't know what are the struggles that we are struggling every single day. We're facing discrimination, we're facing a lot of problems, especially emotional struggle. So you know what, it's really easy to struggle in material things than to struggle in emotional things, because trans people, they struggle emotional things, emotional feelings, because we are hurt by the other people, not just through speaking or not just the way you talk some bad things against us, but also the action, the facial reactions that you are acting towards us, something like that. So it's really hard for us. It's like, you know what, no one will like to be bullied and nobody will like to be discriminated. So let's say put our feelings in your own feelings and feel how we feel. Would you like to be discriminated or would you like to be bullied living in this way? Of course not. So why trans people are living for who they are in exchange of bullying, in exchange of discriminating, in exchange of discrimination, something like that. So why don't we feel like in what others people think like a normal way? Okay, for us trans people, I don't want to be discriminated, of course. I don't want to be disowned by my family or my friends. doing what is exactly for who I am, right? So it's like it's really hard to live in this world that's full of unfairness, full of discrimination, something like that. If a girl and a boy can live freely without discrimination, so why we didn't do like that? Why I didn't live like why I shouldn't live like a man, or why I shouldn't live as a woman, so I won't be discriminated, so I won't get bullied, because it's not who we are. That's why we're living for who we are. We're living for the truth in exchange of bullying, in exchange of discrimination and whatsoever. And also, trans people are just human like you. So it doesn't mean that we are less of human. It doesn't mean that you are a trans woman and you are less of a woman. You are trans man and you are less of a man. Of course not. Always remember that trans people live because they are born in this way. Like you guys, like you, biological girl and boy, you're living in that way because that's who you are, because that's how you were born. For example, for a biological female, they act as a female, they feel like they are female, and they dress up as a female because that's how they born, that's how they think, that's how they feel inside of their hearts. The same as trans women. Trans women feel like more similar, our mind is more similar into women, and our heart feels like exactly how women feels. That's why we should do things that is far from our mind and far from our feelings, and don't dictate us what we need to do, because we are only doing exactly what we feel, and we are living only the truth for who we are. It's really hard to pretend, it's really hard to please other people, and it's really hard to live in a way that far from your real personality. Trans people are just being true to themselves. Like, we're living in this way because we are like this. We are not pretending. So we are valid. Let's also take into consideration, like, okay, let's say a male and female, they are valid because they are biologically born as a male or female, no matter what they do. Example, they do such illegal things, let's say rape, let's say gambling, let's say robbery, something like that. Is it legal? It's because they are male and they are female? Is it not against the law? Or is it not abusing? Trans women, it's not like that. So why trans women or why trans people is not valid, it's just because of their gender or their sexuality? Of course not. So for all the people who are discriminating transgender people, please stop it, because it's not easy to live in this way. Try to put our shoes on your own feet and try to walk on it so you feel how we exactly feel, and you may also feel what are the struggles that trans women is struggling every day. You know what? We are struggling for our human rights. We're struggling for our own rights. We're struggling for everything. And the most important, we're also struggling for our own feelings, how to fight dysphoria, how to fight depression and stress. Because of the HRT that we're taking, we're experiencing very deep emotional problems. And those are, they don't understand that. They only see us like, oh, you're not a girl and you want to become a girl, and they seems like allergic to you. They seems like they're very scared of you. But we are just human as well. We are human being as well. So there's no reason for us to discriminate, because I can tell you guys that there are so many successful trans people in the different field of industry, in the different aspects in life, that they are really successful. And also there are so many trans women that you never realize that they are trans women, and also there are trans men that you never know that they are trans men. So there are so many achievements also of trans people in their lives that nobody knows. So it's like, oh, this is trans woman and it's not valid because she's just pretending to be women, because they think like if we are in the association between girls, like we're going to abuse them. Of course not. It will never ever happen unless someone is pretending to be a trans. That's why it's like a negative feedback for trans community, for those who are pretending to be a trans, especially using the toilet. For example, they are not really trans but they dress up like a girl, and yeah, they pretending to be a trans, and they went into the female's toilet and they abused the girls there. So the trans people are really affected with it, because people will think like we're all the same. Oh, there is one issue that trans people went into the toilet of a girl and they abused the girl inside because someone is pretending to be us. That's why we're really affected, and that's a big issue regarding toilet use. So you know what, life is really unfair for trans people, because we are fighting our emotional feelings, we are fighting our rights, we're dealing to the people, like we're pleasing them to like us, and also we are experiencing people who are damaging our human rights, damaging our images, something like that. So it's like, it's not really fair, it's totally unfair, guys. And also between the family, my advice to those disowning their own child is because they are trans, don't ever do that. How you can handle that? Don't you have a heart that you are a parent, and since you have a child who are trans and you want to disown them, and they were going to leave you, and it's because of their gender or sexuality. So it is already like that. So transgender, we didn't choose to be like this, but we live in this way. No matter what you say, no matter how you're gonna object, because it's true, we live in this way, we're born in this way. Science already explained. And yeah, I already made a video about why there is a transgender and why transgender exists and where they came from. I already made a video about that one, and please watch it so you really understand why you have a trans kids or trans children. It's not like God punish you, or it's not like there's a problem in their mind, that's why you disown them. No, it's a big no. You are only throwing a very important jewel in your life. Treat them fairly, love them, and give them everything what they want for who they are, and you will see that having a trans kid is really amazing. Because you know what, it's really hard to do for some parents, something like that, because they just don't accept it. Alright, what if you know during your pregnancy that you're carrying a trans baby? 100% some of you will gonna abort it, but you didn't know. And also even me as a trans, I never know why I became like this. When I was a kid and when I was a 5, it's like how I think and what's inside my mind is already a girl, and I never think like I'm a boy. And even in myself, I'm wondering why I'm like this, and even myself, I keep on asking like why I'm like this. I was born a man, but my heart and my mind was totally a female. So why I shouldn't be born? If I'm a man, then why I shouldn't be born as a man? Or if I'm a woman, then why I shouldn't be born as a woman? Why I need to be in the middle? Those are the questions that is really hard to find an answer, that even trans people cannot answer it. So how much you understand that you didn't feel this feeling. So we trans people, we really don't understand, but we are already in this situation, we're feeling it, so we should know. Then how much more about you to understand? How much more all the people of you will understand the situation of a trans if you don't ever know and if you don't have any idea about it? So stop having short-minded. Try to widen your mind. Try think beyond the limits, and also just think properly, I think. And yeah, if you have trans kids, please love them and do not disown them. It's because you're seeing like, oh, she's a small kid, it's like a small boy and wanted to dress up as a girl, and it's not got really good looking, so that's why you don't want that because of some reasons. For example, religions, because you have connections with other people, because of politics, because of your business, something like that. That's why it's really hard for you to accept us, because of the things or the factors affecting on how you accept us. And also it really affects the life that you are living now. As I have said, you don't want that other people will tell something against you, or your friends or your business partners. You don't want them to tell something not good about you. That's why you're doing this. Just accept, just love. I don't know what trans people need is love. And also for other people, they just need love, because you know what, love is unconditional. When it says unconditional, no matter who you are, no matter where you came from, no matter what is your race, language, color, it's love. You will love them for no reason. That's why I'm always telling that to other people, that keep on loving and stop discriminating, especially for trans people, because it's not easy to deal every single day with those people discriminating us. It's not easy to live in our life with fear, with discrimination, and we're losing self-confidence. That's why there are so many trans people committing suicides because of this, because they feel like it's really hard to find solution or answer or acceptance, and it's really hard to struggle, like you're struggling about family acceptance, struggling about your life, struggling how to survive, struggling how to get job, and also you're struggling about your feelings and emotions and everything, and you cannot just find acceptance or just simple little love to others. That's why other trans people feel like it's too much and they can't handle it, and they feel like the easiest way to finish this one, so to finish the hardship, is to commit suicide, which is very, very wrong. To all trans sisters, don't ever give up, because this is the world that we're living in. It's hard to find acceptance, but try to be yourself, ignore what other people saying against you, and live the way for who you are, because it's the truth, it's the real you. You cannot please people to love you, you cannot please people to respect you. Just respect yourself first and be busy in your own life, and show them that no matter how they tell against you, you're still surviving and living for who you are, because we are trans people and we are really valid people. So yes guys, that's all for today's video. I hope I gave you some information, some strength, and don't ever give up. And keep fighting, guys, and live the life into the fullest, because life is really, really short. Don't think about your struggles. Think like you are just a normal person with this kind of gender that we need to accept, because this is for who we are and we are born in this way. So yes, guys, keep on watching on my channel, and I will going to upload more and more and more videos about trans people. For today, I will gonna say bye for now to all of you, and stay happy, stay pretty, and don't ever give up. So see you guys on my next video. Bye.